Everyone, happy Sunday. I hope you all had a great week and you all had a great weekend. And you're making sure that you're getting in your assignments from last week and submitting the project to Brightspace by tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. We're now moving into week 4 of our Business Leadership e-learning course. And that means we're just 1 week shy of 5th week reports. And we're 2 weeks shy of the March break. So time is just flying by. Hopefully you're looking forward to the March break as much as I am. And of course, 5th week reports being around the corner, this means that you're going to start to really see a lot of your marking coming back to you, and you'll have an idea of where you stand and whether or not you're staying on top of the course the way that you need to. Okay. Really important in an e-learning course that you do stay on top of those deadlines. You do have a lot of flexibility within how you space the work of the week. Everything is due always on the Monday following the week at 8 a.m. And as I mentioned, I will not mark anything that is, submit late. Unless you do reach out to me and you ask for that extension in advance, or you have a conversation with me as to why things are going a little awry. This is just for your benefit, because ultimately we don't want the work piling up so much that you're just unable to stay on top of the course load. So it's just a good opportunity for you to be able to reflect on that and just make sure that you're doing what you need to do to be successful in this grade 12 academic course. So for our week ahead, we have a couple of different things on tap for today. We have one discussion post that you'll be completing, as well as a reading assignment, and then a lesson with some videos, and then a journal entry. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about discussion posts and reading assignments. They're kind of treated the same way in this course. So discussion posts, I've mentioned this in a previous lesson, they are integral for your success. This is where you're going to take a lot of the stuff that we're learning in the class and apply it. And then actually kind of constructing and making sense of it, but then also looking at what other peers are saying about it, which is so important, because as we learn in this class, groupthink is really powerful, and we can learn from each other and each other's different perspectives. It's really important in a business classroom, but definitely in a leadership classroom. So those are mandatory for you to complete. Every unit, you'll have a series of discussion posts. I think for unit 1, that's about 10 different discussion posts. You'll have an overall mark at every term. So, at term 1, 5th weeks and term 1, and then there's obviously 15th weeks and then term 2. You'll get a badge every single time you complete a discussion post. And if you have all of the badges for your discussion posts, then you'll get a mark of 10 out of 10, so 100%, okay? The same thing goes for your reading assignments. Reading assignments are essential for your success. This is going to be best practice for university and for college when you'll be given reading assignments. But again, this is your opportunity to learn about the information, connect the information, make notes about it so that you have that information for your tests. Reading assignments are really easy. It's a matter of just reading and answering the questions. Okay. And again, for every reading assignment that you do, you get a badge. And if you complete all of them, you get 10 out of 10. Okay. So 100%. So not only are these really easy ways for you to earn marks and like really strong marks in this class, they're integral for your success, because again, this is your way of scaffolding that information, making sure that you're understanding it, making connections, seeing what your peers are saying, answering questions, connecting to the content. Okay, it's necessary. You're going to need that so that when you do your projects and you do your assignments and you do your tests, you're going to know what to do. You're going to know what to say. You're going to know how to answer the questions. It will be very evident in your projects and your tests if you haven't done the readings and the discussion posts. Okay. So I make them easy marks because students are highly motivated to earn good marks in the e-learning course, but also because they're important. It's also really easy for students to lose significant marks because they don't do their discussion posts and their reading assignments. It's really important that you do them. You'll find that your marks obviously decrease quite a bit if you don't. Okay. So hopefully that makes a little more sense. So this week we have a discussion post and a reading assignment, and that's why I'm just talking about that a little bit, okay? So for today, or for tomorrow, I should say, you've got a lesson. As you know, with every lesson in this course, it's expected that you're taking notes on the lesson. If there's a video within the lesson, that you're taking notes on that video as well. So there is a TED Talk here that you're going to watch, How Languages Shape the Way We Think. You're going to want to make some notes on that. Again, you'll see that on future assignments. Okay, really important. For example, you might have a discussion post that asks you to connect to the TED Talk video, or maybe you want to just connect to the TED Talk video yourself to show that you are actually doing the work. Again, you're proving to me that you're there, that you're doing the work. Okay. So that's an easy Monday. On Tuesday, you have another lesson. Again, you want to take notes on the lesson and the types of managers and their roles and organizations. There's a note that will help guide you through the different levels of management. Okay. And then there is a discussion post on this information. Okay. So you're going to have to know this information to answer the questions in the discussion post. If you don't do the lesson, the answers in your discussion post is not going to be good. Right? So you have to do the lesson, make sure you understand the lesson before you answer the discussion questions. Discussion post is available in Classroom, obviously, or in Brightspace under communication discussions. It's the second discussion post. So I'll remind you with discussion posts, you're going to answer the questions that I've asked you to answer, but you're also going to ask a question of your peers, and then you're required to also comment on 2 peer posts. So you have to go back after you've made your post and read what your peers have written, and then reply to at least 2 of their questions. That's how you get full marks, okay? The reason for this is because you learn from each other. It's important that you engage with your class community as leaders, but also because you get to learn by reading their answers. It's really important, okay? Also, it's important because you do have a quiz coming up soon. So again, all of this is going to be context for your success on the quiz. Okay. On Wednesday, you've got a case study. So this is a reading and a case. So you've got to read the case, and then you've got to answer the questions. This is another reading assignment. So like I said, for every reading assignment you complete, you get a badge. And if you get all the badges, then you get 10 out of 10 for that term. Okay. On Thursday, you've got another lesson, Organizations in the New Workplace. There's videos to watch and an article. Again, when you watch the videos and you read the article, you take notes, and then you're going to be using that information for journal entry number 3. Again, you have to show me in your journal entry that you've actually gone ahead and done the work. I want to see that you're using examples from those videos in your response. Okay, it's not just your opinion. Your opinion matters to me, but it's actually more important that you're supporting that opinion with information from the lesson. Okay, so the journal entry is really your only assignment for the week. You've got obviously the discussion post and the reading activity. Those are important to complete for your badges and for your marks. But this is a marked assignment for the week. Okay, just like journal entry number 1 and number 2, it's another journal entry. We're going to be doing something with these journal entries coming very shortly, but these are important to complete, obviously. So you've got these videos to watch and read and review, and then you're going to use the information from this content, and you're going to reflect on the following questions, okay? I want to see that you are using examples from this content in your answer, so not just opinions. Again, if I'm asking, what are your thoughts on women-only workplaces? That's great if your opinion is that they're not useful, but you have to tell me why, and you have to make connections to what you've observed here in these documents to support that. I want to see that you've done your work. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be looking for. Also, please note that this last question in your journal reflection is going to require that you include citations. As mentioned in a grade 12 academic classroom, it's really important that you do that. But I also mentioned in a previous post that all of that information is available to you under content. There's a whole folder called Chicago Citations, and I give you all kinds of amazing tools. Additionally, though, I've also included an 8-minute video lesson on how to use citations. So again, that's something that you're going to need to take initiative to do as an e-learning student, okay? All right, so there's a lot happening this week. You're probably noticing that the ante is going up. That's because it takes a couple of weeks for e-learning students just to get oriented to the course. But then once we get going, we really get going. So this is, again, why those deadlines are really important, because if you fall behind, you can see that it gets really tricky to stay on top of things. Okay, so with that being said, that's our week. Okay, so you've got a work period on Friday to do all of that. So again, you've got 3 lessons to take notes on. You've got the discussion post to complete. That's due, obviously, to complete that by Monday at 8 a.m. Your reading activity, due Monday at 8 a.m. And obviously, you've got the journal entry. That's due Monday at 8 a.m. Don't forget to do your participation activity for the week. That's your attendance check for the week to ensure that you're marked as in attendance for the whole week. That's been linked in here and also at the very top of the document. If you have any questions or you wanted me to review any of your work or you're just confused, again, it's hard sometimes to navigate all of this when you don't have your teacher right there in front of you. Just send me an email, everyone. Okay, it's fine. You don't have to hesitate to do that. I've already spoken to a number of students in Google Meets. We can definitely organize that as well. Just take that initiative for your success depending on what you need. Okay? I hope you have a great week. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Otherwise, I'll see you online.